Have you ever noticed how people start to fidget when you stop playing their game? When you quit spilling your soul to prove you're good enough? When you stop chasing their approval? When you let your silence speak louder than their noise? That's when they squirm. They shift in their seats uneasy. Because your calm is a fortress they can't breach. Your peace, that hard-won quiet inside you, rattles them. It's not that you've done them wrong. It's that you've finally done right by yourself. You found a sacred space within. A stillness so deep no lie, no gossip, no jab can shake it loose. And that makes them nervous. They don't know how to handle a version of you that doesn't flinch, that doesn't beg, that doesn't dance to their drama. Your silence isn't just quiet. It's a mirror, forcing them to face their own chaos. And that's a truth they'd rather avoid. It's funny how people think silence is weak, like it's just you giving up. But silence, when it's chosen, is power. It's a storm held back, a fire banked but still burning. It's you standing firm, refusing to let their noise pull you back into the mess you fought so hard to climb out of. You've been through too many battles, ones nobody saw, ones nobody clapped for, to let someone else's discomfort steal your peace. When you stop handing over your heart for them to pick apart, when you stop apologizing for existing, they don't know what to do. They whisper, they speculate, they twist your story. Not because you've hurt them, but because your calm exposes their cracks. They liked you better when you were stumbling, when you were loud with your pain, when you gave them your chaos to feed on. But now you're a star in a storm, shining steady while their world spins out of control, and that scares them more than anything. Picture yourself standing in a fortress walls high, built from the bricks of every tear you shed alone, every night you held yourself together when no one else did. You fought wars they'll never understand, wars against doubt, against betrayal, against the voice in your head that said you weren't enough. You've earned this peace, this unshakable calm that sits in your bones. But outside they're circling, tossing stones at your walls, hoping to find a crack. They poke with half-truths, prod with rumors, waiting for you to come out swinging to prove you're still the old you, the one who'd break just to keep the peace. But you don't. You stand still, unbothered, because your peace isn't a performance. It's a prize you won in the dark when you learned to love yourself even when the world didn't. And that stillness? It's louder than any argument, stronger than any accusation. It's the kind of power that doesn't need to shout to be felt. This is where the real shift happens. When you stop explaining yourself, when you stop justifying your boundaries, when you let your silence answer their noise, you take back your power. They can't stand it because they thrived on your reactions. They felt big when you were small, strong when you were fragile, in control when you were scrambling to please them. But when you choose calm over chaos, when you guard your energy like it's gold, you show them how small they are without your pain to prop them up. They'll call you cold, distant, changed, like change is a crime. But you know better. Change is what saved you. Change is what pulled you out of rooms where your spirit shrank, out of cycles where your heart was collateral damage. You didn't get quiet to hurt anyone. You got quiet to survive, to heal, to become someone who doesn't need their nod to feel whole. Imagine a star in the night sky, steady and bright, untouched by the storm below. That's you now. You've learned to shine without needing their light to guide you. You've learned to stand without needing their hands to hold you up. You've learned that your worth isn't tied to their applause, their approval, their understanding. And that shift, it's seismic. It shakes the ground under people who only knew how to deal with you when you were breaking. They don't get it. How you found this calm, how you built this strength, how you keep standing when they keep throwing stones. They don't see the nights you spent piecing yourself back together, the moments you forgave yourself for giving too much to people who gave too little. They don't see the work it took to stop dancing for their drama, to stop begging for their validation, to stop letting their chaos define your days. Let's get real. Their discomfort isn't about you. It's about them. People cling to noise because it's familiar. They lean into chaos because it's easier than facing the quiet, where their own wounds start to speak. Your peace holds a mirror up to that, and not everyone's ready to look. Maybe they're wrestling with insecurities they can't name, or guilt they can't shake, or truths they're too scared to face. Maybe they're so used to conflict that calm feels like a threat. Whatever it is, it's their storm, not yours. You don't have to fix their unease. You don't have to explain why you've changed. You don't have to open your gates just because they're knocking. Your peace is yours, earned through battles they'll never know. And when you protect it, when you choose yourself over their noise, you're not being selfish, you're being free. This freedom isn't loud. It doesn't roar or demand attention. It's quiet, steady, like a river carving stone. It's you saying no to what drains you, yes to what fills you, and nothing to what doesn't deserve your energy. It's you walking away from rooms where your worth was debated, from people who only loved you when you were small. And yeah, they'll push back. They'll test your walls, toss shade, spread stories, hoping you'll crack just enough to give them back the chaos they're used to. But you won't, because you know what it cost to build this fortress. You know the weight of every brick, every time you chose silence over reaction, every time you let go of someone who hurt you, every time you stood up for yourself when no one else did. That's not arrogance. That's wisdom. That's survival. Picture a battlefield, quiet now, the fight over. You're standing there, scarred but whole, the ground beneath you solid because you built it. The world keeps shouting, but you don't need to shout back. Your peace is your answer. It's the way you move through life now, soft but unyielding, calm but unbreakable. You don't need to prove you're okay to anyone. Your stillness says it all. You don't need to argue your worth to people who never saw it. Your presence is enough. And that presence? It's a force. It shifts the air, unsettles the restless, challenges the chaotic. It's a quiet rebellion against a world that thrives on noise, on conflict, on breaking people down to feel big. Your peace says you're done with that game. You're done performing for an audience that never clapped. For your healing, let's go deeper. Your silence, your calm, it's not just a shield, it's a beacon. It shows others what's possible when you stop letting chaos run your life. It shows them healing isn't a fairy tale. It's real, but it's hard. It's choosing to sit with your pain instead of passing it on. It's forgiving yourself for the times you gave too much to the wrong people. It's walking away from what hurts you, even when it feels like losing. And not everyone's ready for that. Some people are so tied to their chaos, so comfortable in their storms, that your peace feels like a judgment. They call you cold because they don't know how to live without the heat of conflict. They call you distant because they're still stuck in the mess you left behind. But you're free. Free to choose yourself, to nurture your dreams, to surround yourself with people who see you without needing you to bleed for them. And here's the truth they don't want to face. Your peace exposes their choices. It shows them they could choose differently too, if they were brave enough. Your calm is a mirror, reflecting back the wounds they haven't healed, the patterns they haven't broken, the noise they haven't learned to quiet. And that's heavy. So they push you away, whisper about you, try to pull you back into their chaos. But you don't go. You've learned too much. You've paid too much. You've built too much to let their discomfort dim your light. So let them talk. Let them gossip. Let them try to rewrite your story. Their words can't touch what you've earned. Their noise can't shake what you've built. Your peace is your power, and it's louder than anything they could ever say. Imagine standing on a cliff, the wind carrying their whispers away. You're not swaying. You're not breaking. You're whole, because you've learned to be your own shelter, your own light, your own home. Your worth doesn't depend on who sees it. It depends on how you live it. And when you live from that truth, when you move through the world with that calm, you become unstoppable. You draw in people who don't need you to shrink, who don't need you to perform, who love you for the quiet strength you carry. You build a life that feels like freedom, not a cage. And when you look back, you'll see their noise was just a spark that lit the fire of your transformation. So the next time someone squirms at your peace, Let them. Let their discomfort be their own. Don't hand them your chaos to make them feel better. Don't open your gates to let their noise back in. Stand firm in the quiet you've earned. Protect the peace you fought for. Let your silence be the loudest thing they hear, your calm, the strongest thing they feel. Because you are not who you were. You are not their chaos. You are your own light, your own truth, your own power. And no one can take that from you. If this sparked something in you, if you feel your peace rising like a tide, drop a 100 in the comments. Show me you're one of the ones ready to hold your ground, to guard your calm, to live your truth. Keep shining. Keep standing. You're just getting started.